Well, help us out there if you are looking for a listening ear, and soon the Willow Center is expanding its reach. Erin Wiley, the Willow Center CEO and owner, is here with us so we can learn a little bit more about this. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So you have 2 locations already in Toledo and in Bowling Green, and now you're going to be opening a 3rd place in Oregon.
It's correct. We're at 715 South Coy. We've been looking to expand in Oregon for years. We've done a lot of work with Oregon City Schools, and they've asked and asked, and we've looked for locations, and we finally found the right place at the right time. So we open in just a few days.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so what types of services will you be offering?
So primarily the Willow Center has always been a counseling practice, but recently we have also added a psychiatric nurse practitioner and 2 physicians. So we also have prescribing services for things like depression, anxiety, ADD. Our counseling focus is a lot of anxiety, depression, and family relationships.
Okay.
We do a lot of couples counseling.
And kids getting involved as well?
Absolutely, yes. There's a lot of practices in town that do not see children, but we do, and we have specialists. They get weekly training on working with pediatric and adolescent therapy. They're excellent, and as we begin the school year, we offer a lot of after-school and weekend appointments because that's what families want and need. Right.
So you have been seeing a need for this, specifically in this area. When you're in Toledo, where are you? West Toledo, is it? Or
Airport Highway.
Airport Highway. And then down in Bowling Green. So it seemed like over to the east.
Absolutely, yes. And there seemed to be a need. There's, to my knowledge, no large practice out there. And so I wanted to take some of our best experienced folks who already live out on that side of town and then add a few new hires to fill out that location.
We're chatting a little bit, and it just seems like we're getting somewhere. It seems like when it comes to, any kind of stigma associated with counseling or therapy, and now it's starting to be a little bit more regular, which is great.
Absolutely. So many people have a therapist that they regularly see. I think moms and dads have seen the benefit for children and their families, and we have a whole new generation of young adults coming up who have been in therapy as kids or teens, and it's super normal to continue that through college and as they prepare for marriage. So it's definitely changed, and the stigma is very much gone for receiving therapy.
That's wonderful. Talk a little bit about the benefits, because I can go home and I can complain to my husband, or and he'll listen and be supportive, but talk a little bit about the benefits of maybe having this third-party person.
Absolutely. That's such a great question. I mean, right off the bat, I would say people do their best when they feel seen and heard. And we cannot constantly see and hear our partners and children every second of the day. And so when you have distressing things that happen in your life, even if they're minor, if you don't have someone who has the space and time to really listen and validate your emotions, it can feel isolating. We have an epidemic of loneliness right now because people are disconnected and spend so much time on social media. So I often tell new therapists, even if all you do is sit with someone and provide space and truly hear them, offer reflection that you're understanding them and help them come up with solutions, that's so valuable. But beyond that, as clinicians, we offer a lot of research-proven ways, coping skills that help people overcome negative thinking, struggles in their relationships. So there's a lot of value for a lot of different people in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, and then you did mention the other clinical piece too, with having physicians who will be joining your staff as well. Maybe it is a situation where you can benefit from maybe a prescription.
Absolutely, and so often people find that if they do want or need to try meds, it's not a long-term thing. It's just something to kind of get them over the hump while they're learning coping skills and how to deal with things like anxiety. We like to say, because it's research proven, that medicine and counseling really are the gold standard for treating things like depression and anxiety.
So if somebody is listening today and they're like, oh, I'm so glad you have moved into my neighborhood, or you're closer to me now, how do they go about getting connected with you to maybe schedule appointments?
Absolutely. They can call our main number, 419-720-5800. It's probably up there.
There it is.
And or you can email for appointments, and one of our phenomenally dedicated and hardworking office staff will get back with you and get you an appointment.
Yeah, sometimes that can be a little tricky to make everybody's schedules work out, right?
It's true. But boy, we work super hard to accommodate people because we know it takes a lot to make that first phone call, and we want to have availability so that people can get in quickly.
And make sure you have the time to commit to it as well. Very good. Thank you so much for being here
thanks
today.
for having me.
Yeah, very good.